local child's death makes the second fatal accident caused by a pellet gun. Police are hunting two bandits that hit up an area business and assaulted two employees. And police are searching for a woman wanted in a recent fraud. That's in today's crime report. Also, many of you driving near Hunter Hill Road and Winstead Avenue may have been doing a double take at a local business. We tell you what it's all about. These stories and more coming up on NewsBreak starting now.
From WHIG-TV, this is NewsBreak 31. Now, here's Marie Torres.
Hello, and thanks for tuning in to WHIG-TV NewsBreak, your voice in the community. I'm Marie Torres. A local child's death makes the second fatal accident caused by a pellet gun in the last weeks. According to Wilson County Sheriff's Office, Friday night, 7-year-old Alejandro Arroyo Mejia was transported to Wilson Medical Center after being shot in the chest. Mejia and his 4-year-old brother were playing with a pellet gun outside their home on J Cross Road, and as the younger boy handed the gun, it went off. Wilson County Sheriff Calvin Woodard commented on this incident, saying this is such a tragic accident. He says he encourages parents to reconsider buying pellet or BB guns for children, but if they do, they should follow the manufacturer instructions regarding age restrictions to avoid accidents like this from happening in the future. The gun involved in the shooting is recommended only for people age 18 and over. Just a week ago, 8-year-old Tyron Henry died after being shot with a pellet gun in his Raleigh home. The gun in Mejia's shooting was a similar design. In our crime report, an argument turns violent between two local men. Late Friday night, Rocky Mount police say 47-year-old Erskine Lowell Moody and a friend were involved in a physical altercation. During the course of the fight, the suspect assaulted the victim with a knife, resulting in an injury to his arm. The victim was treated at Nash General Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. However, Moody was charged with assault with a deadly weapon, inflicting serious injuries. He was issued a $15,000 bond and was transported to the Nash County Jail. Police are hunting two bandits that hit up, at least one of two bandits that hit up an area business and assaulted two employees. Friday night at the Kmart located on 720 Sutters Creek Boulevard, it's reported 26-year-old Philip Lawrence Mills and 24-year-old Amanda Lee Casey were caught shoplifting from the store. When confronted by a loss prevention employee outside the store, police say Mills and Casey walked back inside, but Mills then assaulted the employee. Another male employee attempted to assist and was knocked unconscious by Mills. The suspects fled the scene in a green Chevrolet Blazer. Area officers observed their vehicle at the suspect's residence on Long Avenue and arrested Amanda Casey. She was charged with misdemeanor larceny and was issued a $1,000 secured bond. Mills, however, has not been located at the time of this report. He faces charges of larceny, simple assault, and assault inflicting serious injury. If anyone knows his whereabouts, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 252-977-1111. Police arrest an area man shortly after he's accused of assaulting his girlfriend. Over the weekend, Rocky Mount police say they responded to a breaking and entering call on 911 Sunset Avenue. There they found 29-year-old Clevon Demetrius Cherry running from the rear of the residence. His 28-year-old girlfriend told police Cherry forced entry inside her home and attacked her. Cherry was charged with misdemeanor burglary, assault on a female, and damage to property. He is being held without bond and was on a 48-hour domestic violence hold at the Nash County Jail. In another incident this weekend, a 24-year-old woman was attacked by her ex-boyfriend. He is 23-year-old Quincy Trammell Epps of Pine Tops. The victim alleged that Epps entered her home on 1324 Maple Street, assaulted her, and left. There was already a domestic violence protection order on Epps when this incident occurred. Warrants were obtained on Epps for assault on a female, violation of a domestic violence protective order, second-degree trespassing, and misdemeanor breaking and entering. He had yet to be located at the time of this report. And police are searching for a woman wanted in a recent fraud. Rocky Mount PD say they are offering up to a $500 reward for information that leads to the arrest of 45-year-old Sherry Douglas. Douglas is wanted for counterfeiting of instruments and obtaining property by false pretense from a fraud case that occurred at Kiwi Cash on 501 Rose Street on December 29, 2010. If you know her whereabouts, you're asked to also call Crime Stoppers. When we return on Newsbreak, it may have been out with the old and in with the new, but as one local business owner can tell you, it was a fast transition to a big journey. We hear from longtime owner of Bob's Appliance Services in Rocky Mount.
You waited patiently. Now it's time. Clearance time at Davenport Honda in Rocky Mount. Hundreds of brand new Hondas, all tagged with the year's lowest prices, with savings up to $6,000 and a lifetime warranty on every vehicle. But hurry, because at Davenport Honda, these deals are the one thing that won't last forever. Davenport Honda in Rocky Mount, your dealership for life.
We're your news team bringing it home to you with meteorologist Fred Holdsworth, anchor Marie Torres, sports reporter Edward Green, and Matt Habit, our studio guy. WHIG TV Newsbreak, your voice in the community.
The Country Inn & Suites is your home away from home with a staff that always treats you as family. If you or your church or company has visitors, give them a great Rocky Mount welcome with a special discount on their overnight or extended stay. Not only is the Country Inn & Suites a comfortable place, we'll spoil them with fresh cookies and complimentary breakfast. We're filled with luxuries like an indoor pool, fitness center, and a guest laundry. The Business Center includes a boardroom, connection to high-speed internet, and catering for meetings is always available. Call me, Donna Chavis, at 252-442-0500 for a tour and or to set up your corporate rate. You're always welcome as family in the Country Inn & Suites, Rocky Mount.
Welcome back to WHIG TV Newsbreak. I'm Marie Torres. Many of you driving near Hunter Hill Road and Winstead Avenue in Rocky Mount may have been doing a double take at a local business. L&L Food Store has boarded their store up and has placed 3 big banners, one of which says DOT closed us down. The drastic measures come as the North Carolina Department of Transportation continues their multi-million-dollar project to widen Winstead Avenue. The construction has caused much uproar from business owners along those roadways since its initial announcement and construction early last year. Business owners say the widening would detract from their customer base, not only with construction and detours and road closings, but with the difficulty of patrons being able to easily access the business through left-hand turns. The project will incorporate medians instead to reduce traffic accidents. We were unable to reach L&L's owner, Wayne Land, this morning to make comment on the boarding up, but we look forward to hearing from him in the near future. We'll be bringing you the latest information in the DOT versus business owners debacle as we get that. And a longtime businessman proves you can rise from the ashes. Around this time in late December, the 25-year-old business location belonging to Bob Lane of Bob's Appliance Services in downtown Rocky Mount went up in flames. But just in less than a month's time, Bob and his wife say they were more cautious as to how things were set up in their new store and are amazed at how things have turned from total loss to breaking new ground. This morning we stopped into his new location to hear about the big turnaround.
Well, we've relocated from our old place, which was burned out on December 30th, and we're now at 2127 Lawrence Circle, which is, most people know where the Dunkin' Donuts is on 301, along with the Kentucky Fried Chicken. So if you'll turn in where Dunkin' Donuts is and just curve around there. We're right between the Kentucky Fried Chicken, the Goodyear place, and right up on the right used to be the Old Shepherd Shop, I think is the name of it, and next to Whitehead Funeral Home.
Now, at the end of the year of 2010, that's when the actual fire occurred. How hard was it for you to see that happen, and then kind of talk about, even until now, the work that it took to rebuild?
Well, I guess there was a huge shock that night. I guess that, it's like, I guess if you're in a car accident or something like that, it kind of takes the reality of it away. And then as the days come on, then you start to realize it a lot more as things are coming more into focus as to what's happened and what's it going to take to get things rebuilt and things like that. And it's been a huge, huge journey from December the 30th. We were back up and running 3 weeks to the day. Well, our people were back in this office 3 weeks to the day after the fire. The trucks never left the road. We continued to do service calls, so we never missed any service calls. The only thing that was bothered any at all was our in-shop service and our in-shop parts and our in-house part sales. That's the only thing that was bothered.
And how long have you all been in business?
We started out in 1986, so we've been in business for 25 years. So I guess we were 1 day short of making 25, or 2 days short when the fire occurred.
All right. And is there anyone you'd like to thank for helping to, I guess, come together to this facility that we have now?
Well, we had a lot of vendors that we've used during the years that we were able to call on, and they gave us immediate response. The people with the phone system was Etheridge, the guys with the Etheridge Communications, the people with the computers was Randy Acock at Computer Directions, I think it is. Computer Services, I'm sorry. And our parts supplier, we've got a parts supplier. We carry a large amount of parts on hand, but they were able to get us stocked very quickly. They sent a huge truck up here with it loaded with parts already in the boxes and everything. They did that. Had some friends that recommended some rental places. Then I had a uncle that's a carpenter, was able to come in and build. And we used Simmons and Harris for the electrical, Moore's Plumbing for the plumbing repairs, and new carpet and paint and everything. It happened all in 3 weeks. And if you look back at it, you say, wow, how did all that happen that quick? But it did. A lot of good people helped. A lot of hard work from Jan, my wife, and myself, and also our employees.
All right. And so you got the new business, a new location, I guess you could say, in the new year. Kind of talk about how that's almost like symbolic. Kind of a new foot, being on the new foot.
Well, it is in a sense. We've been pretty busy here, and we're real pleased with it so far. A lot of people see, I guess, when they come around to the seafood place or the Salvation Army or whatever, and they say, "Oh, there's where Bob is now," or maybe we didn't know you were over there. Some people haven't even heard about the fire, and I don't know. It's just real nice to see that you could take something that was just running along, kind of smoothing along there, and all of a sudden it's gone, and you can have it back up running in 3 weeks. It's really a giant feat, to be honest with you. It's a financial undertaking also to get all that done in that amount of time. So we're just super happy with it right now. It's not the room that we had. We had 4,400 square feet on the first floor and 4,400 on the second floor before. We've only got 2,100 now. So we don't have the footage that we used to have, but we got the good service. And we got the good people in place to do that. And we got the connections in place that makes us to be able to get parts quickly, overnight in most cases. And we've still got the people here that can answer those questions that folks want answered when they call up. Bob, this is wrong with my range, or Mitchie, we need a part for this, or Chastity, we're looking for this. Can you help us out? Those people are still here. They haven't gone anywhere. They're still with us. And we can still do those things. We're just in a different location right now. And willing to help and willing to serve, do whatever we can. If you've got a question, you call us. We're glad to answer it for you.
Bob says you can stop into their new location or call them at 252-442-7126. The former location has been deemed a total loss and will be torn down later this month as part of the city's continued efforts to revitalize downtown Rocky Mount. WHIG-TV was one of the first on the scene at last year's fire. We are proud to see this business make such an amazing comeback. After the break, it's your look at weather, and it's our Pet of the Week. Don't go anywhere.
patiently. Now it's time. Clearance time at Davenport Honda in Rocky Mount. Hundreds of brand new Hondas, all tagged with the year's lowest prices, with savings up to $6,000 and a lifetime warranty on every vehicle. But hurry, because at Davenport Honda, these deals are the one thing that won't last forever. Davenport Honda in Rocky Mount, your dealership for life.
The Country Inn & Suites is your home away from home with a staff that always treats you as family. If you or your church or company has visitors, give them a great Rocky Mount welcome with a special discount on their overnight or extended stay. Not only is the Country Inn & Suites a comfortable place, we'll spoil them with fresh cookies and complimentary breakfast. We are filled with luxuries like an indoor pool, fitness center, and a guest laundry. The Business Center includes a boardroom, connection to high-speed internet, and catering for meetings is always available. Call me, Donna Chavis, at 252-442-0500 for a tour and or to set up your corporate rate. You're always welcome as family in the Country Inn & Suites, Rocky Mount.
And we're back. We'll get to our forecast in just a moment, but first, here's our Pet of the Week.
This is Trooper. He's a male domestic short hair, and he was a stray in my neighborhood. I live out at Westry Crossing, and he showed up at my back door, as many cats do, unfortunately. He showed up at my back door with a limp, and his leg was very swollen, and unfortunately it turned out it was broken, and it was broken so badly that it had to be amputated. And so on January the 20th, his front paw was amputated, and he's healed up very well, and his fur is finally growing back. But he's a spunky little fellow, and he likes to play and hop around, and he gets along with other kitties. And I haven't had him around any dogs, but I think he could get used to a dog.
Okay. How's Trooper's personality?
He's a little bit shy at first, but he's I think he's doing better than I thought he would, bringing him here actually. So as long as he's got somebody he knows around, he should probably be okay.
Okay. Tell us what's the importance of I guess adopting, especially pets who are in need like Trooper.
Well, there's just so many animals that are homeless, and people do not spay and neuter the ones that they have. And there's really no excuse not to do that. If you're low income, like a lot of us are, unfortunately, there are special programs available through Coates Vet and through other veterinary practices where they have spay and neuter clinic days. And they do it for a much lower price. And it's just the best money you could spend on your pet is to have it fixed.
Okay.
So please do that so that little ones like Trooper don't run around wild and get hurt, and it's just a bad situation. But there's so many that need homes. Ain't that right, buddy?
You can guess why they call him Trooper. Now for a look at the local forecast and more, here's WHIG TV meteorologist Fred Holdsworth. Fred?
And hello everyone. A wild and woolly night last night as a strong cold front moved through our area, and that has since cleared the region and moved well to the south and east of us, leaving behind some winds that are still rather gusty today, and they'll be gusting up around 25 miles per hour. Now today is the beginning of the meteorological spring. March, April, and May, that's meteorological spring. And this will be Severe Weather Awareness Week also. And today I'd like to tell you a little bit about severe thunderstorms. What is one? We hear the watches and warnings and all that. A severe thunderstorm has hail 1 inch in diameter, that's about the size of a quarter, and winds to 58 miles per hour. Now, it used to be, up until a year or so ago, that the severe thunderstorm was a storm with 3/4 inch hail. But they have now moved that up a little bit, and now it's 1 inch hail and 58 mile per hour winds. Tornadoes also, they have to occur with a thunderstorm. They will not occur if there is no thunderstorm in the vicinity. So then that does not mean that every thunderstorm produces a tornado. There are certain criteria that have to be met for that to happen. But you want to get that weather radio and have it with good batteries, and just be ready, because we are getting into our first severe weather season. Our second severe weather season is in November, and that can be rather dangerous on its own right. But right now, March through May, and actually we do have tornadoes, quite a few tornadoes in the month of July. So be prepared. Well, let's go to our forecast map and see what we have going on, and certainly no wild weather around us today. That cold front that I was talking about will now push all the way down to southern Florida. You'll have rain and thunderstorms over the lower third of Florida, down south of Lake Okeechobee there. And high pressure building in from the north will give us a sunny day, although it will be about 20 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. Actually, maybe about 25 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. And then we'll start seeing a gradual warm up again as we get into the spring. Cold front back over the Great Plains area of the country. That will be pushing slowly south. Just be glad that you're not up in western Canada. Some of the stations this morning were reporting temperatures of -20 and -30. So those people are still in wintertime. Going further west, snow over the Cascades and northern Rockies with a low pressure system that has moved down from British Columbia, and rain along the California coast. Heavy snow is possible inland over California and Oregon today. Well, let's take a look at our forecast and see what we can expect for the rest of today. In fact, the rest of the week, going into the weekend. Our high temperature today under a sunny sky, 54, winds north 10 to 15, gusting to 25. Clear tonight with a low of 28, winds will be calm. For Wednesday, sunny with a high of 64 and a west wind at 8. Wednesday night clear, 35 degrees for the low, north wind at 6. Sunny on Thursday as yet another cold front will have pushed through with a high of 53, north wind 10 to 15, gusting up around 25. Thursday night cloudy with a low of 30. And Friday, cloudy, 58 degrees. Friday night, cloudy, 41 degrees for the low. And for Saturday, cloudy with a high of 66 and a low of 48. Our high temperature yesterday, 78 degrees. Our low this morning was 40. And that's a look at your Rocky Mount weather right up to the minute.
Thanks, Fred, and thank you for tuning in to NewsBreak today. Join us Thursday as we continue to bring you news that's impacting our community. For WHIG TV, I'm Marie Torres. We'll see you next time.